Rocks here. So, a patch for Madden today. Probably our second to last one of the year or so. We'll have probably some minor ones happening in the next month, maybe February. Sometimes we get some later than that if there's like a major breaking thing, but this is kind of like the last big one for 25. EA's, a lot of their people have already moved on to 26, and I think like this is like, the last kind of hurrah outside of like a few other coders. So this is the Madden 25 we have. They gave us nameplates, they put out the patch notes, and I read through them before this video, and I'm not angry. I'm really not angry. I'm a little like, maybe you could utilize your time doing this for some better good. Like, these are basically, they added like a Team Pass, aka nameplates from Call of Duty. I don't know if you guys heard of that underground video game at all. It's no Battlefield, am I right? It's no Roblox. Wait, those are actually... No, Call of Duty is probably below Roblox, but above Battlefield. So maybe not the greatest of examples. It's no Balatro, okay? No Balatro right here. So NFL Team Pass. It's time to rep your team. Select your favorite and take your field. The custom unlock designs, movie bash, the NFL Ultimate. Okay, so I don't know. Probably like inspiration from MLB The Show also, their competitor. Here we go, Steelers. Choose the Pittsburgh Steelers Team Pass. Okay, let's just do them. So you get backgrounds to show that you're a fan of a team. And premium pass, no, do not buy premium passes at all. Free pass. Yeah, no, I don't want to. You can only choose it once per season. Okay, so in my opinion, this is very EA. It's very style over substance, it feels like, because as gamers, we've been asking for things like formation subs and custom play creator, like things that would actually have an impact on the field. Like NCAA came out with like a custom stadium, and I think like there's good style and then there's bad style. Like this, I would assume is like, or I would say, sorry, not assume. I would say, in my opinion, is bad style. Something that doesn't really affect like the on the field product like we care about. It's like, oh, cool, I got stuff to my name, but I don't know. Maybe there's people out there that do really enjoy that. Ultimate Team's still locked. We're gonna go ahead and go look into Team Practice because they updated a lot of the playbooks, and we'll talk about that with the title update here. So yada yada yada. 800 playbook updates is huge. Gameplay style. All right, so basically they listened to a lot of complaints as far as dropped interceptions, receivers catching the ball too much, high points being overpowered, and they've basically changed it for the better. And I think like none of these changes that they made, I would assume, took a lot of dev time, as this was probably in the can before they left for the break in December. But like a lot of this is just like tuning, right? Like a lot of this is just like a slider. You move it for online gameplay, make catching a little bit worse, make high points a little bit worse, like do all these things that don't really take a lot of dev time. So hopefully they'll make the game better as far as balance wise online. Offline, guys, you really didn't get anything. The game is the game. But we'll talk about this. All right, increase the amount of force necessary to cause physics-based knockouts on interception attempts. So basically what was happening is you catching the ball, and then like a receiver would brush you, and then you drop the ball. And you'd be like, oh my goodness, like what is happening here? It's very frustrating. Now, you can argue that like, these defensive backs would be receivers if they had hands. And I see that point of view. It's been repeated ad nauseum by broadcasters across many different games on many different years for as long as I've been watching football. So sure, I like that in non-competitive game style, but in competitive game style, if you make a mistake, do you know how hard it is to make people to make a mistake with a third person omniscient view of the field? It's hard. And when they do, you gotta punish them. Okay, you can't just be like hanging out your queen to dry and then I take it with a pawn and you're like, oh nope, sorry. I got force field. I got the new Invisible Woman from Marvel Rivals. Boom! And it's not how the game works. All right, so make them be punished when they get when they mess up on the field. Next up, general tuning to lower the threshold necessary for a player to have guaranteed catch chance on interception attempts. Okay, so basically, if your catching is lower, you have a better chance of picking it. I like it, right? So we don't need to spend APM pick artist. A lot of this is like with the abilities going away, the online gameplay. It's changing so much in Madden, and the gameplay was good, and I feel like not great. The gameplay was as good as it's been all year when we had knockouts on the field, since people couldn't just like blindly throw zig routes at your face. You hit them, and then like they never give it up. They just get the automatic yards. It's very annoying, especially like throwing at flat zones, flat routes at hard flats, and the hard flats don't play it. They can like tackle them, but Without knockouts, nothing happens. The throwing dots achievement, don't care. Reduce the accuracy of a high point mechanic on competitive game style. Now, I think this is totally a fine mess around. At least like small little take care of point of view on high points. How do I say? Loophole, wraparound. I don't know what I'm trying to say. This isn't hockey, wraparounds. What the heck? I'm trying to score upper decks, wheel selly snipe, baby. It's not bad this year. Going forward, I would like the defense to be more responsive to high points, because so much of the high points problem this year is my defender's sitting right there, and the offensive guy will get a crazy animation, but my guy's animation will be like, you know, Hanna-Barbera. I don't know, man. Like, what's like an old bad animation, like one of them flip books a kid makes or something. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but like, I feel like a professional company can do better than this. So let's go ahead and be fine with that. Now, high points got nerfed. There is a Deadeye, so you could still get it within 20 yards, like high points just, you know, being perfectly accurate according to the Deadeye. So that might become meta. We'll take a look on that. High point Deadeye going forward. Now, this is on competitive game style again, so offline, not getting the same adjustments unless, you know, somebody proves it otherwise, which, you know, that's EA. Ball carriers no longer have the ability to dive when they have their ball carrier coaching adjustments set to conservative. They can still slide. I think this is perfect, right? Conservative means you have no moves, but you can give yourself up. Like end of game situation with your quarterback, giving yourself up, running out there. That's a good idea. Now, I don't even know if conservative should be in the game, right? Like, now, you have to run on conservative because fumbles are so high, because Boom Tech has like a 200-pound DBs, hit stick and 340-pound offensive linemen, like they're, you know, Bucky Irving through the hole against Ray Lewis. So, now, maybe Bucky Irving wasn't a great get, but he was the lightest weight running back I could think of in the pinch, because he's great, love him. With that said, like, I don't know. Conservative can still fumble. I fumble on conservative with my running backs. You can still fumble, don't get me wrong. I don't know. It's hard because, like, there's an R1 button to wrap up when you're taking a hit, but, like, I don't want to have people forced to hold R1 every play. So I like conservative ball carrying. I just wish their boom tech was better suited to, like, the weight of players. Users will still be able to slide and give up when they're ball carry. Oh, I said that. All right. Increase the chance of catch knockouts receivers hit immediately after the catch point. So basically, if you're running your Zay Flowers over the middle of the field and Sean Taylor comes to smack you, or more modern day Derwin James hits you as you're receiving the ball, it should get knocked out. Absolutely, 100% of the time. Not 100%, but like 99% of the time. I feel like if you're getting a hit stick after catching the ball, like we've seen, the ball should probably hit the ground, right? Like our pants are hitting the ground. Like we're talking about, we're not going to go on to the American Idol stuff right now. We don't want to date ourselves, right? That's left for late nights. So, with that said, hopefully that has happened. Game modes, we'll have to play the game to discover. So you can't catch the ball immediately in traffic, take a big ass hit stick, and keep hanging on to the ball, as that's just a bad read. Because like in the NFL, there are no hit sticks, right? Right now, the guys go for the punch out in the NFL, because if you hit stick a receiver as you're catching it, that's 15 yards, right? So it's weird. Madden's in like the video game space still. They still want the big hits. They still want to show that off with the NFL. So they're in like a tough spot, because like in reality, like you can't hit stick them. But in the game, the hit stick should pay off. If I'm launching a hit stick and you're throwing in coverage. All right, let's move on, Fox. You've rambled enough. Physics-based tackling issue that caused a ball carrier to spin on the ground after hit stick. Oh, that was my favorite one. They were like, I even put like a short out, TikTok maybe, I think it was. Like they're like, it was going crazy. Addressed an issue where the outside receiver and gun trip slot Bass was on the wrong assignment. All right, so playbooks. So they basically added a whole bunch of new formations and plays on like touchdowns, right? So like we'll go through the formations. I was going to show it in game, but there's too many to really show. There's not like, I don't know, I guess we can go to Falcons, gun bunch, spread, pistol, doubles, hip. But then they added new plays for like Cole Kmet's TD, Jamar. I like this. I actually really enjoy that they took the actual plays scored on like long touchdowns and added to the game. Now, the game obviously doesn't play like real life, as like when you have someone like Jamison Williams who's just like faster than 99% of DBs out there, the play that he can score on and win is different than the play that potentially can happen in the video game. Just that's just the translatable difference between a video game and real life. But it is neat that they added that feature. It'd be an interesting YouTube video if somebody goes through and does a touchdown with these players on every single player that they added. That'd be a neat one. They added some gear, franchise mode likenesses, and then the player card. Yeah. It'll display it online games. I don't know. Just a new way they can try and monetize. That's all I read out of it. I don't think I was waiting to do it in practice mode, but like, I guess we can look at some of these things. Like, what book do you want to look at for the different? All they really added. All right, let's go to Falcons since they got 2. We'll go to Falcons playbook. All right, Steelers. Actually, let's not go. Let's go against somebody a little bit worse. Steelers. We'll do all pro, and offense, ATL. All right, so I think they added a lot of as they call now, cheat motions. Remember when Madden players created the whole cheat motion stuff? Not created, but like one of the first ones. So bunch spread is one of the new ones. And now like every team's doing it because Mike in Miami started it. Hello, this is Mike from Miami. All right, cheat slot cross, for example. Let's go against just like a cover 3. But now, like, we were doing this years ago, and then EA nerfed our ability to do cheat motions because we got speed bursts. And then they added it back to the game. Kind of crazy. All right, so, I mean, it's literally just the same concept that we've been running for years, which is crosser with an in route. So, Pickens gets the in route. He's double covered, or triple covered, as he is for the Steelers most games. The guy underneath is wide open. But Russell Wilson, we're throwing it deep, baby. It's a good window throw. But regardless, that's kind of what we're looking at. They added 800 new plays. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take to find out like which ones are good, which ones are bad. Because a lot of these cheat motions, you know, what's interesting is like going from one formation to another makes them go faster. So if like we add. This probably won't work. Let's do cheat flood, but we'll start in gun bunch. We'll audible over to cheat flood, and we'll see if it gets like a speed burst. I don't know. Is that speedier? It doesn't feel like it's speedier. Fryermuth. That's the patch. A lot of new plays. I'm enjoying it. We'll test it out. All those knockouts and stuff on stream today. Twitch.tv/GunFox. See you there.